people, injured here, 2v2, Medean Jungle Mines, blue team. A bunch of Grey Knight Brother captains. First up is DejaVu, and alongside good grief is Commissar lag. These guys are durable corners that walk through objects and cannot be suppressed. Very good offense and support fight in melee combat, and as you can see, Brother Captain having some pathing issues here. Bit odd with this guy, he seems to have pathing problems that no other unit has. He has trouble walking up the stairs on Typhon and trouble with Medean, as you just saw. Anyway, red team, we have XPhial as a Lictor alpha melee specialist that can infiltrate and disrupt with some awesome offense and a little bit of support even. And rounding off the teams is forestradio as a Commissar Lord. Good offense and support fight in melee combat begins with this energy shield up against lag on the top, and towards the south we have the Lictor alpha versus DejaVu's Brother Captain. With double stormtroopers, there is We Are the Hammer. I don't think we're going to see purgation against this Lictor alpha because of flesh hook, so maybe into some strike squad, maybe straight into interceptors, but I think that'll be a mistake because he's going to be waiting for them for a while. Yeah, he's going into strike squad. Good pressure early on from XPhial, as we'd expect on this side. Vormagot's getting way too close though, down to 4 models and are forced off. Commissar lag with a strike squad and another Inquisitorial Stormtrooper squad, and they're going at it over there. There's 2 commanders. forestradio is gonna be up against it now. Strike squad and Stormtroopers weighing in. They're gonna force melee combat, but they're not gonna take him down. It's a double cap for red early on. Look at this, double sentinels from forestradio shooting the crap out of a node with double guardsmen to support them, as though often you won't see that double guardsman when you see double sentinels, so they can struggle with their repairs. But yeah, lots of push potential with these double sentinels, just marching through stuff. Guardsmen behind preparing and taking shots, and they're going to bleed stormtroopers pretty quickly, doubled up like that. Strike squad in amongst guardsmen, not what they want to see. No sign of ground pound, which will be useful especially against the Brother Captain. Stop him in his tracks. Look at the damage they're putting out against this strike squad. Double sentinels really do hurt a lot in tier 1. A lot of piercing damage coming out. Almost getting a model off these guys. They're taking heavy cover to fire back with those storm bolters. Brother Captain coming up the south side to take this wreck point, not quite fully matured. Nothing else for XPhial yet. Nothing at all. He's spent all of his wreck on power. In fact, he's got 5 generators up for his team. 465, 462. Commissar forced off, and the top continues to be in Grey Knight hands, and this is the natural for red team up here. So they have the double, they have both the naturals. Lictor alpha though is taking mid. More stormtroopers for Commissar lag, and 2 of them with a sergeant also. But here come those double sentinels. We'll see what kind of damage they can do. There's a lot of stuff to push against, but he's happy to do so far, using his sentinels quite well, drawing out the blob. Where's that Commissar Lord? Is he going to get spotters? Been pretty good against this, I think. Smoke shell dropped in there would be incredibly annoying, and the disruption of the normal shell. Sentinel just about gets away there. 150 hit points left. Commissar Lord immediately forced off, and guardsmen well out of position are backed away. So he did a reasonable amount of damage, but did he take models? He only got 1 model there. Pretty unlucky. Lictor alpha pushing the south. Stormtroopers don't want anything to do with Hormagaunts in melee combat, as well as of course the Lictor alpha itself. Again, getting a bit too close to those base turrets. Termagant's capping up in the mid though. forestradio is stuck in base for now, and we see an incinerator up on the strike squad. Gives them this big blue flamer, which will help suppress targets alongside all of this las fire. And he decaps as well, and there is We Are the Hammer again. Really nice buff usage here by lag, but he's forced off the Brother Captain himself. And look at the damage from that incinerator on those double guards, and grief is forced off though. Does he have the power sword? He does. So we're probably going to see this guy going straight after the strike squad to tie up that incinerator and try and get models off them. Lead by example is really good as well. 465, 350 down goes the Lictor alpha. We do see Interceptors up from DejaVu. Was not expecting to see these guys with the Lictor Alpha there to counter-initiate with feeder tendrils and all sorts of things. Warrior Brood on the way for XPhial. Tier 2 for forestradio. A quick Chimera perhaps. 2 to 1 for blue. Good solid pressure here from the Grey Knights. They have been forced at the top eventually, but they're retaining the VP. forestradio knows that it's not a pressing concern, so he wants to push forward and bash power instead. And 2 generators purchased. Did he bash it all? Could just see those double missile launchers come up quickly. Formagots with adrenal glands are not to be sniffed at in tier 1, going after these interceptors, and there is a Warrior Brood giving basic synapse to those Formagots and those Termagants now. Wow, really nice special from the brother captain. He has his Nemesis Force Sword and his Blessed Aegis. Nemesis Force Sword improving his default ability, makes it pretty outrageous really. There's a 25% damage resistance, I believe it is, for 15 seconds and plus 1.5 speed, and that will affect all of your allies. I wonder how it stacks. 464, 318. Sentinels weighing in with fire. Can they get a model off this strike squad? They're going for it. Commissar tanking quite a lot of damage there with his shield up. But this is a massive fire here from Commissar Lag. He might back this up with a Vindicate, and that's going to be painful for these Sentinels. Level 2 and still level 1 this one. Chimera straight up from forestradio. No sign of those spotters. I think tier 2 spotters will be pretty good with that incendiary shell, make them move instead of sitting still and shooting the crap out of your stuff. 3 models and 5 models. He's not bleeding that much, is he here, Commissar Lag? DejaVu will be the last to go tier 2 with that late interceptor purchase. He's on the power though of XPhial, takes out all of the gens. And that was bad for XPhial because he bought all of the gens, didn't he? I think, and they're all gone. That was at least 500 recce spent on generators. Not sure if he got the nodes or not. Tier 2 for everyone now. forestradio already has his Chimera pretty much coming out on the field. There it is. A transport vehicle for Imperial Guard, also allows you to support with reinforcement and is unique among transports in that units inside can fire these little las turrets you see lining the Chimera for some extra firepower. And there's a bunker. Is that going to be a repair bunker? I assume it is, since the Chimera already gives you that reinforcement. And there's double sentinels to repair there. Lictor Alpha decapping the south side. He wants to take it back. Well, here come double stormtroopers. How much damage are they doing? Pretty decent amount. Still level 1 as well. Red team dominating mid. Big blob of stuff here. Tyranids moving up to get the benefit of that Chimera. We will be able to reinforce his Tyranids off that Chimera. Imperial Guard bunker is upgraded to a repair bunker. Passively repairs nearby allied vehicles. 391, 307 can be incredibly powerful combined with your guards, and it is going to take a little hit in the next update. Going to have reduced health. Hail Fury on the blob of Tyranids. XPhial spots it early and moves away, keeping them in play here, supported by this Chimera. And can they force off Commissar Lag and do some real damage to him? No, he recognises the threat and retreats quite quickly. He's going into combat though with his brother captain. Nemesis Force Halberd is up. Splash damage, power weapon. Wants to go right after those warriors with it, but is forced off anyway. 368, 307. Was that the right choice? I think he should have kept the pressure up with a quick Vindicare Assassin, because that Halberd is not cheap. That's 50 power, I believe, that Halberd. 150-50. So could have got up a Vindicare by now if he didn't purchase that. 357, 307. Surely we're going to see double Vindicares. Not sure why we wouldn't. We'll be able to take models off the warriors. Yeah, Vindicare on the way for DejaVu, and we'll be able to pressure these double sentinels and that Chimera, especially if they have 2 of them with mind blade buffs and stuff. We have plasma stormtroopers. That's going to be bad news for these sentinels. Really bad news, in fact. There is the global basilisk flare from forestradio, debuffing these units. You see those red debuff circles, reducing their range by 50%. And and as you can see, it was still debuffing them even when they moved out of the flare. If you're in the flare when it drops, you're going to be debuffed no matter how far you move away. 326, 307 makes it incredibly annoying. Usually just best to back off and wait for the buff to dissipate. Something against getting chopped to pieces by Strike Squad in melee combat, and these guys do have their Justicart. Warrior Brood unable to finish the cap with their adrenal glands. You can tell it's actually reflected on the model, those lumpy crap on their back. That's their adrenal glands. Lots and lots of buffs. 290, 307. Capillary Tower up in the mid. Capillary Towers do not show up on the map, so you can't find them that way. Blue team taking a natural back, and they're going to take mid, are they? They're going to try to, but the captain trying to tank some damage from these sentinels. Should be able to do it. What was that? Oh, it was a Nemesis Vortex he just used, which does damage vehicles, I think. That's going to be changed in the next update. It's not going to catch it though. 278, 306, or does it snare vehicles or not damage them? I'm not sure. It does affect vehicles in some way. Sub 2-to-1 cap, I should say. Stormtroopers pushing forward very, very quickly, trying to chase down these sentinels. Can they finish this guy off? They can. That's good play from Commissar Lag, pushing hard forward, knowing that he was going to chase them back into base and then going for the kill by staying still. Is he going to try and steal this bunker or not? Looks like not. Bashing power though. And forestradio, is he going for tier 3? He is. Here's the Vindicator Assassin from DejaVu. Sub-commander for Grey Knights, incredibly powerful at range versus all targets, but fragile if he gets caught. Has Exodus rounds, which are effective versus infantry, which is what he's using now, and he can switch to turbo penetrator rounds, which are good versus large targets and vehicles. Saved by an interceptor teleport, a furious intervention in fact, and the Vindicator does get away, but now the interceptor's getting caught by Adrenal Gland Warrior Brood and get away without losing another model. Look at that. Capillary Tower right here. Stormtroopers just about getting away. Pretty unlucky with that push there. XPhial couldn't kill as much as perhaps he could have. Here comes another Vindicator Assassin, this time from Commissar Lag. Tier 3 DejaVu, tier 3 for forestradio. So we might see some Lehman Russes very soon, and some Terminator variants from DejaVu. He has a lot of red.
The enemy is claiming a victory point.
So he might wait for the Land Raider Crusader. 278, 206, triple cap for blue team. Gen Bash again. I'm liking these Gen Bashes. Quickly pushing against the power from both teams. Brother Captain can't finish the decap and is forced off. Level 3, almost level 4, he's done well. And Commissar Lags is level 2. Nemesis Vortex, Halberd, and Gene Stealers on the way for XPhial. Maybe thinking ahead to Paladins. Getting Gene Stealers in amongst the Paladins is going to be pretty painful for them. 278, 182, 1-to-1 cap, Sentinel. Continuing to be a massive pain in the arse, but he does have this turbo penetrator rounds up on his Vindicator smack. Can also use target acquired on himself to buff his damage and range, I believe. But ouch, and that's for 10 seconds. But after the 10 seconds are up, he will have to wait twice as long to fire his shots for the next 15 seconds, I think. He's backed away there. Surviving the flesh hook, that's going to be really important to try and be wise to those, because that's his biggest threat, I think. Flesh hook on your Vindicator is going to be painful. Commissar Lord with his shield up level 3 has stubbornness, which is an amazing accessory. Look at all these buffs it gives you, and that is passive. You don't need to do anything else, just buy it and it's doing its thing. 272, 182, forced off, Psy Cannon up on the Strike Squad. Good damage to all targets, small area of effect. Does good DPS, but his DPS is delivered gradually, which is never as good as burst DPS, especially when you're going after something like a vehicle. Trying to get those big bursts of damage before he can get away. 260, 182. Nemesis Vortex is up. You can move this thing around as it was a unit, much like the noxious cloud. There it goes. Took a while to move it, but it's going to explode without damaging anything. If you can get one of those on the Tyranids, that would be pretty good, because it also debuffs speed while it's active. Here come those Gene Stealers. Under melee synapse, these guys are frightening. Power melee they begin with, but they can get heavy melee damage in tier 3. That was really scary. And full retreat from Commissar. I did not want to fight these guys. He does have Daemonhost Force Halberd, and he can go straight after those warriors, try and get those synapse backlashes. Stormtroopers caught in retreat. No way, they're getting away from that. 249, 182. Red team pushing through, bashing this node. Can they get to this and bash it though? Interceptors forced off. Grey Knight Terminators on the field for DejaVu. He's going for Terminators instead of Paladins because of this powerful melee Tyranid force. He's going to try and go toe to toe with it, I think. Just send everything in on his warriors, buff it with his brother captain, and hope to live. He can also time a jump with his interceptors to disrupt. There's that Nemesis Vortex, but again he's unable to maneuver it into a useful position, I don't think. Maybe he can get it on his Termagants. Yes, wow, look at the damage. That was right on the edge of the Vortex. That's how dangerous that thing can be. Going after the Gene Stealers now. It's a risky engagement. Gene Stealers actually backing off. Leman Russ is up now with Elite Tank Crew 227, 182. Vindicator Assassin is caught, but should get away, saved by the Interceptors. Might have got away anyway. But these guys in amongst and ripping up those warriors apart, getting away with 2 models. Pretty lucky to do so. In fact, 1 model. Here are the Grey Knight Terminators with a Psy Cannon, not Incinerator. Surprised to see that. Incinerator right now in Beta 11 is incredibly strong. Some would say overpowered. I tend to agree. It is being toned down for the next update, and their Psy Cannon is in fact going to get buffed. Maybe they're thinking of putting a bit of pressure on this Leman Russ alongside the Vindicator. Going to try and decap mid. You need to destroy these towers. No, there's 2 of them just sitting mid. Brother Captain revives the other Brother Captain, level 5 and level 3 now, these guys. And Commissar Lag has some Paladins on the way. And those guys will give that health regeneration aura, which they're going to lose in the next update, but it's going to get replaced by an ability. So a bit more micro with your Grey Knights to get the best out of them. Down goes that tower. Grey Knights took a lot of damage there. XPhial is in tier 3 and does have the rending claws for his Gene Stealers. These guys now doing heavy melee damage. There is an orbital trying to catch stuff as it retreats out. He's actually caught a bunch of his own units there. DejaVu ran right into his own orbital, assuming it was his. I think it was. That was a bit silly. Vindicator continues to take shots, killing a Kassakin each shot pretty much, and wow, Grey Knight Terminator's ripping them to pieces with these splash damage halberds. That was a Hell Fury dropped, was it? Ouch, down goes the Vindicator, caught by Tyranids there. Grey Knight Terminator is backing away, need to get back to base and heal up, and here are those Paladins. These guys have, oh, he's gonna lose these guys. Almost lost his strike squad, so lucky to get away with 2 models there. Paladins now backing away. These guys with heavy melee demon hammers, and these put out a lot of DPS. You can see that health regen, those green hexagons on those nearby Grey Knight units. Spore mines dropped in, or maybe produced out of one of those capillary towers. You can spit rippers and spore mines out of these towers. You don't see it very often. I rarely use it, but really nice to have that option. Kassakin, do they have? Yes, they do have their plasma guns. With weapon expertise, they are a beastly range DPS unit. They're going to lose their weapon expertise in the next update, and their sergeant is, they're going to gain a sergeant upgrade with a few buffs attached to it. Courage damage buff, a courage buff I should say, gives them plus 100 courage, and they're going to get that 50% faster capping trait, which is pretty awesome for them. Really gives them that utility late game. 177, 126. DejaVu wants to drop a Crusader, doesn't he? But he needs a bunch more red first. Commissar Lag could get a Grey Knight Dreadnought maybe. Risky though against the Leman Russes. Interceptors down to 2 models, taking out towers. It's a 2-to-1 for the red team, and lag is pushing top hard. Tyranids are here waiting, and here's going to be a massive fight, I think. Vindicator Assassin is way too close to this, and Paladins are going after the Chimera. He's caught. He is pincered. This is terrible for Commissar lag. He needs support, but he's not going to get it anywhere near in time. Down goes the Vindicator. He might lose his entire army here. Needed to retreat way earlier than that. 154, 124. Strat squad do not make it out. Paladins can teleport away, but they're still under threat here. He killed a warrior. Killed another synapse creature there. But those gene stealers are going to town. Need to be careful though. Are they reinforcing? Of course they're reinforcing off the Chimera, aren't they? I thought he dropped his pheromones or something, but he's actually dead in the mid, the Lictor Alpha. Or down in a way. Paladin is being chased by Hormagaunts. Losing a multitude of genes to a really nice sync kill there. 154, 92. Commissar lag got absolutely owned there. He should have retreated way earlier. As soon as he saw the Tyranids, he should have been the hell out of there. Paladins live. And it does free up a bunch of upkeep. Has a reasonable amount of resources and does have a lot of red. Drop a nuke, in fact. Commissar lag. Land Raider Crusader dropped by DejaVu. Looks like he did get that. Oh, it's only 200 red, isn't it, to drop at Land Raider. I keep thinking it's 350 like the Terminators, but it's not. It's 800 red, 200 power, 200 red, I think. So here it is, the Land Raider Crusader. Hurricane bolters on the side spots. There's 6 bolters strapped together. Twinning to Salt Cannon on top with a multi-melter. Also gives you the health and energy regeneration close by it, and allows you to reinforce. Does not allow you to retreat to it though, which is what the Land Raider Redeemer does for you. Red team retain top. It's a 1-to-1, 154, 54. What's going on south? Lots of stuff dying. Interceptors are going to turn around and chop up the spore mines. Are they? Nope. I thought they were going to try and chop them down before they detonate again like that. Interceptors are level 4 though, so they are tanking damage pretty damn well here. Oh, they're in retreat and they don't have their sergeant, so their teleport is not going to disrupt. Red team, can they push mid? Or are they going to concentrate on the flanks? They have the 2-to-1. Carnifex on the way for XPhial. Maybe a Venom Cannon to go up against that Crusader from range, but we might just get a Thorn back and just charge it in amongst stuff. It's going to be risky either way because we have those Paladins and they will do a lot of damage to a Carnifex if they can get into combat. And look at this, old brother captain has the Nemesis Demon Hammer. That must have been that disruption I saw at the top. I thought it was another Synapse backlash, but it might have been the demolishing strike going off. 120, 54. Look at the damage he takes. He's forced off the field immediately. What kind of health buff does this give you? 150, that's not too bad. Terminator's in trouble. In serious amounts of trouble here. The Carnifex is getting a Barb Strangler, in fact. Oh, an Orbital. Catching the Gene Stealers. Catches the Termagants. Well, catches some of the Gene Stealers in a way. Does not catch the Warriors though. Destroys the Confederate Tower. Did it wipe one of the Termagants? I think it did. And here come Paladins. Alongside Brainwreck Terminators for Commissar lag, so he's bouncing back and recovering with his Terminator variants here. Carnifex needs to back away. Can they get? What does he have? He has double incinerators, so he's going to roast these Tyranids. Mid is still a standoff. Sentinel still lives, level 3 with missile launcher, getting those crack missiles on the Land Raider Crusader there. Demon Russ with the Vanquisher Cannon taking shots. Also 107, 54 is very close. Can blue team hold mid? He has some more Kashyyyk, he could get melter guns on these guys and go to town on that Crusader. Brother Captain versus the Commissar Lord. Both of them retreating away there. 107, 45. Blue team have the bottom so far. Kasrkin getting absolutely owned on the central VP, decapping it, but they did decap it heroically and getting away as well. Level 2 Kasrkin. That's a spore mine drop from XPhial, one of the global abilities from the Lictor Alpha, but it's dodged and it's not going to do anything. 107, 43, 1-to-1 cap. Who can cap mid? Can anyone? Looks like he's going. He's pushing quite hard. Not sure what the Chimera is doing. Getting that close though. That was a bit weird. It does just about get away. Lehman Russ getting shots in. Sentinel is way back. And now the Paladin's going to town. 107, 43 steal. That's a rocket run from forestradio. Ouch. Did it take a mod off these guys? No. Terminator is tanking a rocket run. 107, 43. Boom. Lehman Russ took out a model though. Where's that Carnifex? It's back at base. Red team are taking back bottom thanks to XPhial. South is turning red, north is already red. And it's up to Commissar LOTH to try and push all of this stuff off here. There's a Nemesis Vortex and he's moving it up. Doesn't seem to be debuffing the speed of this stuff. Maybe it's not close enough. Maybe it doesn't even do that anymore, not sure. But it goes off without any effect. 92, 43. Bunch of Imperial towers up here. Crusader still lives. This is pretty much keeping them in the game at mid. Without that Crusader there, they would have been pushed mid hard. But now there are double, well, Terminators and Paladins here from Lag. And he's getting some more Paladins. 80, 43, 2-to-1 cap for red team. They're holding onto this by holding the naturals and keeping enough pressure in mid that blue team don't want to leave here completely and contest the others. So they're spreading out pretty well here. XPhial keeping the pressure up on the south. Blue team unable to even retake it. Now the Carnifex is back. Can the blue team position themselves correctly to retake this game? I think they should all come mid, keep the Crusader and the Stormtroopers, all come south I should say, keep the Crusader and the Stormtroopers mid. We'll see what they do. Not doing a whole lot of anything so far. Oh, looks like DejaVu's coming bottom, he's taking a decision and Lag is going to come with him. Not sure why he went round this way. 48, 43. Crusader taking shots but constant repairs going off there. And look at this, a Grey Knight Dreadnought on the field from DejaVu with that default multi-melter, an awesome weapon. Good damage to all targets on close range. He's going after that tower. Nope, he's shooting up Gene Stealers in fact, and this is going to be an important engagement. I think DejaVu, he needs support right now. Those strike squad getting absolutely owned, but they do get away, and here comes all of Lag stuff, and the brother captain is there as well. Dreadnought just about surviving. Gene Stealers are going to get wiped. They do get wiped. Carnifex can finish off the Grey Knight Dreadnought though with a melee attack. Might not have melee speciality, but Carnifex is still really hurt you in melee combat. 36, 43, 1-to-1 cap. Blue team retain mid. Top is decapped. So someone did a good job up there decapping. Must have been these Paladins just about getting away. 36, 43. Whoa, Carnifex killed about 12 Stormtroopers with that shot. Trying to finish off this Crusader with melee attacks. He's going to do so. Down it goes. This Carnifex has been awesome. Level 3. And now backing away. Really good play there from XPhial. Recognizing that he could take it down and going for it. 34, 38. Stormtroopers just about getting away there. The other squad not so lucky. And Lag is just marching through stuff with his blob of doom right here. He's getting some intercepts now. Should get a Librarian, I think, to buff his stuff even further. He's now trying to cap mid with his brother captain. Paladin's giving up the chase on the Carnifex, and the Carnifex does get away, but is anything else going to get away here? Uh-oh. Doom and Melantize. Paroxysm. The worst nightmare for Grey Knights in tier 3 pretty much. Look at this thing. Doing crazy damage to those Terminators. It actually does 2% health damage per second, but it's psychic damage, so that gives you extra versus heavy and super heavy infantry. It's so powerful versus Terminators, and even stuff like the Great Unclean One and the Avatar and regular heavy infantry do not want to see this Doom Malatai floating around. And it gets away as well. It's lost its shield, so it is a bit more vulnerable, but gets away there. And these Grey Knight Terminators going to absolutely own. They're going to go down. In fact, 11:37, just desperation plays. Oh my god, they don't go down. He teleported out, he gets away. Now here comes the brother captain of DejaVu, level 7, but his army is severely depleted now. And Commissar Lag went down capping, or trying to cap I should say. 11:37, blue team have taken top. Toronto formation went off, but they are going to cap it. There it is. There's a 2-1 for blue. But his Paladin's in trouble. This is what really hurts the Grey Knights tier 3. Lots of Terminators is great, but when they get caught like this and they can't retreat, you're just going to lose really expensive units. The Land Raider Crusader is usually not quick enough to support them out in the field when they go out on these kill missions. He's going to lose both of them squads. Lag. Ouch. Kasrykin, level 4, not messing around with those plasma guns. DejaVu and Lag both depleted. There's the GG for XPhial. They have the single 422. And red team are going to take this. They have the double right at the end, in fact. And there it is. What an awesome game. DejaVu level 7 at the end was down. Lag level 5 was also down. Had that Nemesis Demon Hammer as we saw earlier. Lictor Alpha only level 3. He was down for a while here, wasn't he? Forestradio's Commissar Lord level 8 had Flapjack at the end, Stubbornness, and that Power Sword. Some awesome stuff. They could not power through with those Terminators. I think you need to be incredibly careful if you go for a mass Terminator tier 3, not pushing through into your opponent's half unless you know you have that teleport already and a means of escape. I suppose it was desperation at the end, just trying to force stuff off, just trying to get kills and get caps. But didn't quite work. I think the turning point was Lag getting top and getting caught really badly by both armies. Should have retreated as soon as he saw those Tyranids, but did not. Thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.